Making a video of this 7x12 enclosed trailer that I've modified to hold side-by-side quads and dirt bikes. Customized a few things. People might find the mods useful maybe for their own trailers. So one of the first mods that I did was on the back. I extended the rubber feet because all my other trailers, whenever I put the door down right where that says Interstate and Trailer Plus on that side, the door would hit rocks and get all trashed. So I went ahead and used some aluminum, and then I don't know if you can see that, but I cut it and then bent it and then welded it down so the pads are actually level when the ramp goes down. Okay, our front here obvious. One of the things I did was the standard jack for the front goes right in that hole that's all rusted. I actually bought some metal and put in a new piece across and moved it back. And the reason why I moved it back is so when the trailer's hooked up to my pickup, I can actually drop the tailgate. I've got plenty of room even if the trailer's at an angle. Then this area just behind the screw jack, this holds the 5-gallon gas cans, the taller ones, the ones you can get like they're green and yellow and red. So it'll take 3 of them. One on either side is easily done. The one in the middle will fit. It's just slightly tighter fit, but it'll stay in there. What makes it nice with these being outside is I don't have to put them in the shell in the back of the truck. I don't have to put them in the trailer. So if I'm actually stopping for gas somewhere, either pump side, doesn't matter which side I pull up on, if I'm just getting gas for these, they're easily accessible. Works pretty good. So trailer, this would be the driver's side, front portion of the trailer. I actually put a little electrical plug pass through, so when I'm using battery tender for either the side-by-side or the quads, if they're left in here for a while, I can just plug it in there, and it just makes it easier than having to have the door open. Here's with the side-by-side in. I've actually, when I put those extensions on the rear door, you can actually see them right there. I had to extend this back piece so it would actually hit the ground, not hyperextend that hinge. Actually put a little handle here to grab it in the center, and also got handles here on either side to lift up the door. I retensioned the springs up above for the weight of the door as it stands, so it's a little bit not completely neutral, but if you lift it up, it drops, but it's not too terribly hard. So it's probably only about 20 pounds, maybe less than that, maybe only about 12 pounds of pull force to actually lift it up. For the trailer, I won't talk about the tie downs yet, but one of the things that I did is because of this edge right here and the side-by-side actually not being super tight fit, but fairly tight, I put these tie down rails and then used the spacer behind, so if my tire rubs on this, it won't actually catch that edge very aggressively, just in case. It's mainly for this side where I can't see, but this is the DS model of the Can-Am X3. The RS model would not fit inside, and I wanted to use an enclosed trailer. I didn't want to do a standard trailer, so we were kind of limited. But anyway, once I pull the side-by-side out, I'll show you some of the inside mods. So this is a 7x12 custom extra height trailer. Bought it to take the side-by-side and the quads for dirt bikes. So it's multi-configured. Thought I'd show you guys a few mods, and maybe you guys can find something that's useful. I'm going to try and do this all in one recording, so if I sound like I'm babbling like an idiot, that's because I'm trying to do all this in one recording. Starting on this side, I moved the spare tire to the back. I've got these rails that run pretty much down the side. They're not quite the same width as this side rail, but they're close. And what that is when I have the side-by-side in, it's pretty close to the max width of the trailer. It allows me to bump the tires off that instead of catching the edge of the trailer. Up on this side, I've got a canopy, and then I've also got two kind of big picnic chairs. What I've done is I've made a metal mount. Actually, I took some old springs and then put a spring inside here so it pulls, and all you have to do is pull this out and rotate it. And when you rotate it down, both of them, then you can just slide the canopy off. And if you don't pull it at an exact angle, if you pull the top, friction stops it from sliding, so there's no way it's going to move when you're driving. I also installed this cabinet. There's actually the trailer port is back there. I didn't want to block it off, and I didn't want the cabinet further back, so I just went and got some plumbing. I guess it's for house manufacturing, and just made it come out the bottom of the cabinet. Mounted it, of course, to the back of the frame. Put in a clock. It's one of the atomic ones, so it automatically sets the time, and it does the temperature inside the trailer. It's a nice, cool 116.2. So installed these mounts. They're the quick adjust where you can slide them to wherever you want. They'd hold some decent pull, but they're mainly there for just tying stuff off to the wall, not holding the motorcycle or anything like that. Have an upper rail here. That's made for holding the motorcycle, because in the floor I've got 3 of these Hideaway motorcycle mounts. You just lift the little door, front tire goes there. So I've got these side mounts to handle 3 bikes. I've got the front of the trailer. The stuff is pretty thin, so I added these extra pieces just to add a little bit more stiffness when the tires hit. Put a front bumper in for the side-by-side, so when it hits, I don't bust through that crap. I've also got these wheel chocks. They actually stop me from rolling beyond, too far to the front of the trailer. There's a set of holes where I can move them to back here, where for the quad. So right now they're set up for the side-by-side. The quad tires actually fit right between there, so I haven't moved them for the quad in a while. Put in this table. It's pretty nice. Just pops up real fast. Makes it quick and easy. On this side, I've got 2 quick little chairs. They're just, there's no backing on them. And what I did is I took, once again, some plumbing stuff, and these chairs have a little round piece right there, so they perfectly slide in there, so it makes it quick and simple to get them out. I want something that's easy. I don't like to sit there and dick around it. Also put a pass-through electrical plug on the front side of the trailer, so when I'm leaving long-term storage, I can actually put the battery tender in there, plug the extension cord to the outside of the trailer, and then plug this in. That way the doors can all be closed up. I've got, I have to count them, 8 of these mounts. When I bought them, I actually clicked on the wrong thing. They're 6,000 pound ones. Don't need that strong, but I said to hell with it, just put them in. They're tied into reinforcements underneath the bottom of the trailer, so I used the big ones for the side-by-side. I also used the big ones, the front lower ones, and even the back ones here for the quads. The side rails are pretty stout too. The aluminum isn't that thick anyway, so it'd probably pull the aluminum before you'd pull it out of the wall, but they're just to stop stuff from moving around. They're not really anything that would work in a serious situation. Of course, came with a factory light, added a fire extinguisher, had one of these stupid little lights that just run off batteries, and I use it just when the trailer's not hooked up. I've got this oil storage units. There's 2 of them for chain lube and then your different fluids. Got the trailer jack, which is that tire jack. Since it's a dual axle trailer, just drive it up on that, change the tire that is flat. Actually have the screw handle for the front power jack. And I also added in another table here. This one, that table right there actually flips down. It gives you a nice little area, and it's got a lip on it. So if you have fluids, the fluids won't run everywhere if you're doing some type of work. This is mainly where I just put crap. I also put 2 mounts back here for all the tie downs. I've got the ratchet type for the side-by-side and the normal just snug tight ones that you'd find for motorcycles or quads. Put the second one down here mainly to hold the straps from bouncing around and also hold the second hook. Put back here also, once again, more of this mount rail. Got one on either side, and as I have one up here as well. I think you guys can see that. I think that's about it. The way I've got it set up for configuration is, like I said, I can carry 2 quads right now. I'm actually going to try putting 3 quads in sideways. So I'm going to make a little jack stand that actually lets me pivot the quads and then bring them up sideways. I think I can do it. That way I can take the daughter's quad out with us. If not, it takes 2 quads with a motorcycle, or a quad and a couple bikes, or 3 bikes. Probably, if I wanted to, I could probably fit 4 in here, but it's this setup for quick configuration changes. If you guys have any questions on the mods, just leave a post and I'll reply with whatever information I can. So you guys have a good one.